Video Part 7. Assalamualaikum. Hi, this is Evi Sayono, and today on Tuesday, March the 3rd, 2026, I will continue my reading of a book entitled Teaching English as a Second or Foreign Language. This book is written by Marianne Celce-Murcia, Donna Brinton, and Marguerite Ann Snow. This book is published by Heinle Cengage Learning, National Geographic Learning, a part of Cengage Learning, Boston, 2014. I'll still continue my reading in Unit 1, Foundation of Methodology, Chapter 1, an overview of language teaching methods and approaches. Marianne Celce-Murcia. Subchapter: More recent approaches to language teaching. Designer methods. Page 9, Column 2, Paragraph 4. Suggestology, Suggestopedia, or Accelerated Learning, in brackets, Lozanov, 1978. In a setting more like a living room than a classroom, learners sit in easy chairs and assume a new identity. The teacher, using only the target language, presents a script 2 times over 2 days, accompanied by music. This is followed by group or choral reading of the script on the first day, along with songs and games. On the second day, the students elaborate on the script to tell an anecdote or story. The learners have copies of the script along with an L1 translation juxtaposed on the same page. The process continues with new scripts. The lockstep rigidity found in such designer methods led some applied linguists, in brackets, example given, Richards, 1984, to seriously question their usefulness. This aroused a healthy skepticism among language educators who argued that there is no such thing as a best methods. Strevens, 1977, was among the earliest to articulate skepticism about the various proliferating methods. Page 10, Column 1, Paragraph 1. The complex circumstances of teaching and learning languages, with different kinds of pupils, teachers, aims and objectives, approaches, methods, and materials, classroom techniques, and standards of achievement, make it inconceivable that any single method could achieve optimum success in all circumstances. Page 5. Adamson, 2004, also critiques language teaching methods and suggests that attention now be turned to the teacher and the learner and the ways in which they can operate effectively in their educational context, instead of offering generalized, prepackaged solutions in the shape of teaching materials and strategies. In brackets, page 619. The post-methods era. Building on the professional consensus that no method could claim supremacy, Prabhu, in brackets 1990, asks why there is no best method. He suggests that there are 3 possible explanations. Number 1, different methods are best for different teaching or learning circumstances. Number 2, all methods have some truth or validity. And number 3, the whole notion of what is a good or a bad method is irrelevant. Prabhu argues for the third possibility and concludes that we need to rethink what is best, such that classroom teachers and applied linguists can develop shared pedagogical perceptions of what real-world classroom teaching is. Coming from the perspective of critical theory, in brackets, Foucault, 1980, Pennycook, 1989, also challenges the concept of method. Method is a prescriptive concept that articulates a positivist, progressivist, and patriarchal understanding of teaching and plays an important role in maintaining inequities between, on the one hand, predominantly male academics and, on the other, female teachers and language classrooms on the international power periphery. In brackets, page 589. Many applied linguists, while not holding as radical a view as that of Pennycook, nonetheless agree that we are in a post-methods era. Beyond what Strivens, Prabhu, and Pennycook have noted, H. D. Brown, 2002, in his Critique of Methods, adds the following two observations. Post-method era. Continued. Page 10, column 2, paragraph 1. Number 1. So-called designer methods seem distinctive at the initial stage of learning, but soon come to look like any other learner-centered approach. And number 2. It has proven impossible to empirically, in brackets, i.e., quantitatively demonstrate the superiority of one method over another. Brown, 2002, concludes that classroom teachers do best when they ground their pedagogy in well-established principles of language teaching and learning. Page 17. So, what are these well-established principles that teachers should apply in the post-methods era? One of the early concrete proposals comes from Kumaravadivelu, 1994, who offers a framework consisting of the 10 following macro strategies, which I summarize briefly. Number 1. Maximize learning opportunities. The teacher's job is not to transmit knowledge, but to create and manage as many learning opportunities as possible. Number 2. Facilitate negotiated interaction. Learners should initiate classroom talk, in brackets, not just respond to the teacher's prompts by asking for clarification, by confirming, by reacting, and so on, as part of teacher-student and student-student interaction. Number 3. Minimize perceptual mismatches. Reduce or avoid mismatches between what the teacher and the learner believe is being taught or should be taught, as well as how learner performance should be evaluated. Number 4. Activate intuitive heuristics. Teachers should provide enough data for learners to infer underlying grammatical rules, since it is impossible to explicitly teach all rules of the L2. Number 5. Foster language awareness. Teachers should get learners to attend to and learn the formal properties of the L2, and then to compare and contrast these formal properties with those of the L1. Number 6. Contextualize linguistic input. Meaningful discourse-based activities are needed to help learners see the interaction of grammar, lexicon, and pragmatics in natural language use. Number 7. Integrate language skills. The separation of listening, reading, speaking, and writing is artificial. As in the real world, learners should integrate skills, conversation, in brackets, listening and speaking, note-taking, listening and writing, self-study, reading and writing, and so on. Number 8. Promote learner autonomy. Teachers should help learners to learn on their own by raising awareness of effective learning strategies and providing problems and tasks that encourage learners to use strategies such as planning and self-monitoring. Number 9. Raise cultural consciousness. Teachers should allow learners to become sources of cultural information so that knowledge about the culture of the L2 and of other cultures, in brackets, especially those represented by the students, becomes part of classroom communication. Number 10. Ensure social relevance. Acknowledge that language learning has social, political, economic, and educational dimensions that shape the motivation to learn the L2. Determine the uses to which L2 will be put and define the skills and proficiency level needed in the L2.